Hey, hi! In this video we'll be covering OR function in Excel, which is a part of logical functions in Excel, along with the example and its use with if function. So let's dive in.
So what is an OR function? Well, an OR function is a function that returns true if any one value is true and will return false only if all values are false. So it's kind of like the bad child or the opposite of AND function. In AND function we had true only if all values were true, and in case of OR we have false only if all values are false. So even if one little value is true, OR will return true. So let's jump into the example and see from the example what I meant. So to tell Excel that this is a function and not data, we'll put an is equal to sign followed by our function itself, which is the OR function. We can either put an opening braces or we can just press tab to complete the function itself. So now we have our logical one. Our logical one will be K5 greater than 40, which tells Excel I want the value in this cell, that is our theory marks, to be greater than 40, and I want my lab marks to be greater than 40. So let's discuss about this statement. What does it mean? So I've told Excel that I want OR of these values, these two values. So what Excel now imagines is that one of these values is important and I want to know if any one of them was true or not. So the whole case that we're discussing is that I'll pass a child only if he had greater than 40 marks in one subject. Even in two it does not matter, but even if he had greater than 40 marks in one subject, he'll be declared as pass. So let's press enter and see. So it returned true, which means that he had greater than 40 in more than one subject. Even if it was it was in two subjects, as in the case of Smith, we'll get true. And if in case of Sam it was in one subject only that he had greater than 40, it will still come out to be true, rather than as it happened in AND's case where he had false, because AND checks that both values should be true, both conditions should have been greater than 40, and it was not that case, so it returned false. Whereas OR function only considers that one value to be true to return true. So let's drag our formula down. We can either go to the right corner and double click on it, or we can click and drag it to where we want. All the references will change accordingly. We can see that even in this case, sadly, Ayush is fail. We see that he had 20 and 10, both of which are not greater than 40, and that's the reason he is declared fail even in an OR function, which explicitly mentions that fail will only be returned, false will only be returned only if all underlying conditions are false. So let's now move on to our combined example in which we apply an if to an OR condition to return user defined values. So here we have our combined example. We want the result to be declared as pass or fail instead of true and false. So how can we do this? You have to generate a mindset like which is our main function. Well, we see that the value returned is pass or fail, which can only be done by an if function. So we see that our main function is an if function, and the condition that we wanted is that should be greater than 40 in any one of these. So that tells us that any one of these is automatically an OR function. If we wanted in both of these, it would have been an AND function, which we covered before. So we want greater than 1 in any one of these, so we'll put an OR function. So on putting an OR function, let's give our first logical condition as H14 should be greater than 40, and our second as I17 should be greater than 40. So that was our condition. We can either explicitly mention that we want this to be true, or even if we leave it as it is, Excel will automatically consider this as OR H17 greater than 40, comma I17 greater than 40 is equal to true for the condition. So let's not mention it, and value if true to be returned as pass, value if false to be returned as fail. So let's press enter and see what happens. So it returned pass where we had true. So let's drag it down. You can see wherever it was returned as true we now have pass, and wherever it was false we have fail. So this was a combined example of if with an or statement.
Thank you for watching this video on OR function. If you like this video, please be sure to check out our other videos too, and please like, share, comment and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching Ease It.